Anyone who's been swallowed alive by a snake knows this. Snakes only swallow their prey whole. They never chew. Now I'm choosing to swallow a black mamba alive, even though its scales burn my throat. I force myself to endure it and gulp it down, because a global famine crisis has hit. 70% of all creatures have turned into mutant monsters. And this black mamba right here became a terrifying black dragon last century, only by swallowing it before it mutates. Can I evolve with the black mamba? Now I've been reborn. 3 hours before the mutation, I raced out of the classroom and headed for the back mountain. I frantically searched for the black mamba there. In this timeline, only I know about the super warriors who wiped out humanity last time. Super warriors can awaken armor power. As long as they're unranked, it's possible. Last life I tried everything but never awakened armor. I struggled miserably for half my life, and was eventually devoured by a mutant beast. This time, I took a different path. I started searching like crazy for the mamba in the school's back hills. 2 hours later, I saw it in the bush, a pitch-black black mamba, coiled up napping under the shade. I was just thinking about how to swallow it alive, when a cat suddenly yowled. A big tabby cat showed up not far away, and seemed to spot the mamba. Its eyes sparked with excitement. It crept forward sneakily. When the two were less than a foot apart, the black mamba suddenly lunged, viciously snapping at the tabby. But the tabby cat moved even faster, dodging away as it struck back, snacking the snake away with a swipe of its paw. The cat and snake tangled together in a fight. After a while, the dazed mamba tried to escape, but the tabby cat wouldn't let such a tasty snack go.
It swatted at the mamba again.
Soon, the black mamba was barely clinging to life, twitching weakly on the ground. It couldn't fight back anymore. Just as the tabby was about to enjoy its feast, I suddenly rushed out, shouting loudly. The tabby got scared, shivering, then darted several yards away. It turned to glare at me. I ignored it. I grabbed the dying black mamba with one hand, glanced at the time 4:59. Just in time. I let out a sigh of relief, looking at the dazed mamba in my hand, like I was seeing my bright future. The tabby cat was still there, unwilling to leave, glaring at me resentfully. If it weren't for this two-legged thing, he'd already be eating spicy strips. But I knew he couldn't eat it anyway, because it was already 59-20. The oro was coming. When the mamba mutated, it'd be impossible to eat. My heart sped up. I had to swallow this meter-long mamba. In the final 20 seconds, at 59-30, I flicked the mamba's head a few more times, then took a deep breath. Once the countdown hit 20 seconds, I saw the sky begin to brighten. I knew the aurora had reached the atmosphere. Right then, I opened my mouth and swallowed it whole. I forced myself to bear the discomfort, gulping it down bite after bite, until I'd swallowed the whole thing. Even then, I could still feel the black mamba struggling inside my stomach. But in that instant, brilliant, blinding rays of light quietly swept through the air. At the same moment, I felt an explosion inside me. The still struggling black mamba seemed to turn into a fire snake, burning fiercely inside me. As I screamed in pain, my genes started rapidly mutating. Right then, jet black dragon scales sprouted all over my body. My hair turned black. I could see it all happening with my own eyes. The blood inside me felt like it caught fire. My bones cracked and healed, one after another. I could feel the entire black mamba fusing with me. No idea how much time passed, when 2 black dragon tails burst from my spine, and dragon horns grew from my head. The black dragon scales began merging into my skin one by one, leaving behind faint black dragon markings by my mouth, and sharper teeth than ever. I even grew 2 dragon fangs. I could feel explosive power surging inside me, along with wave after wave of inherited memories. I threw my head back and let out a mighty roar. I did it! I reveled in the immense power inside me, and absorbed the memories flooding my mind. Excited, I howled at the sky. Now my hair was white as snow, and my eyes had turned blood red. A black dragon mark appeared in the middle of my forehead, and as I willed it, my dragon fangs changed back to normal teeth. Suddenly, a young voice echoed in my head. Master? I was startled by the sound. Master, I'm the one you swallowed, came the Mamba's young yet complicated voice. Master, I can't believe you're a reborn one. Your memories are wild. Wow, I was really that strong. No wonder you risked everything to swallow me. The two dragons behind me appeared, their fierce heads stretching to my front, looking a bit innocent as they spoke. I was surprised you can see my memories. I stared at him in shock. Though these two black dragons have their own minds, they still feel like part of my body, and I can take back control anytime. The Mamba said, Master, we are one now. No separation between us. But you control the body. Sorry about that. I really don't know what else to say. It's alright, Master. Now we're sure to be way stronger than before. The Mamba still sounded young. After seeing all my past memories, realizing how tough my old life was, he didn't blame me for swallowing him. During the fusion process, a mysterious force guided him to see me as a father figure. Alright, from now on, you'll be Black Moon. This time we'll be the rulers here. I patted Black Moon's dragon head, grinning with satisfaction. Suddenly, a roar sounded in the distance. I looked up. I saw that same tabby cat that thrashed the black mamba, now mutated into a monster with wings, its fur bristling like metal spikes. Master, kill it, Black Moon roared, glaring hatefully at the cat monster. But it charged at me first, roaring fiercely. Its growl shook the whole mountain. My eyes flashed with malice. As both hands turned into sharp, indestructible dragon claws, I darted forward like a cannonball, appearing in front of it in a blink. With just one clash, I tore it right in half. Too powerful! I withdrew my claws. Black Moon, eat it. But even before I finished, the twin dragons controlled by Black Moon were already in front of the cat monster's two halves, opening their jaws wide and gobbling them up. As Black Moon devoured the cat monster's flesh, I could clearly feel my body bursting with heat, my dragon cells more active than ever. Of course, I can't absorb energy. Training with sunlight needs to devour powerful flesh. Feeling the changes in my body, I thought to myself, once a super martial artist awakens, they can absorb starlight to train. But I'm not a super martial warrior, so today's sunlight doesn't feel any different to me. Soon after Black Moon ate the master, let's go kill someone. Back in my past life at school, wasn't there a grasshopper who treated you like livestock? I'm gonna kill him now. His memories are my memories. Black Moon knows exactly how much I hated that grasshopper. I'm just thinking the same thing. Head back inside me first. The guy I want to kill goes to my school. He's the son of a mega corporation's boss, and his grandpa is a big shot in the military. The mysterious Aurora did sweep the world, but in these 3 hours, there won't be any huge changes just yet. When I got to the school gate, class was out, so tons of students were coming and going. I didn't go inside, just waited outside for Linbei to come out. Around 5:30, Linbei takes a bunch of rich kids out to eat. It's 5:27 now. As I waited at the school gate, with my white hair and bare chest, and a black dragon tattoo on my chest, I stood out right away. People kept glancing at me, guys and girls alike. Then came all kinds of whispers. Go ahead, keep staring. Some of you will be crying in a few hours. A cold grin showed on my face. I lit a cigarette. 70% of creatures worldwide are about to mutate. It's totally random. Soon every war zone will be struggling on its own. Not long after, I finally spotted my target. He was with a bunch of rich kids, laughing and chatting as they walked out. Seeing him, I instantly thought of my past life. Those rich kids sacrificed me to the monsters to save themselves, which cost me 3 fingers, and nearly killed me. A ruthless look flashed across my face. I quickly walked toward them. Who are you? Get out of the way, dog. One of the spoiled rich kids saw me coming and didn't even try to move. He barked coldly. Linbei glared at me and mocked with a sneer. Get lost. I didn't respond. I walked straight up to him. He paused in confusion, so I grabbed his neck with my left hand, and to his shock broke his right arm without a word. His scream was blood-curdling. Everyone there was shocked. Linbei's 3 spoiled friends saw this, and all turned pale with fear, stumbling back in terror. Linbei looked ghostly pale, and reflexively yelled out, then passed out cold. Help me, Call an ambulance. Students heading out for dinner saw all this, and the girls especially started screaming. I ignored them all and broke Lin Bei's other arm next. The sharp pain snapped him awake. Who are you? What's your grudge with me? Do you even know who I am? Do you know who my grandpa is? How dare you do this to me? Somebody stop him. He's a maniac. Why are you guys just standing there? The girls started screaming, urging the guys to stop me. Immediately, some guys shouted back angrily, "Why don't you go yourself? Anyone who could break off an arm with one hand could slap you busybodies dead." I ignored the terrified stares and screams around me and tossed Lin Bei on the ground. I don't care who you are. Today I'm crippling all your limbs. Next, I stomped hard on his knee. Stop. Just as I was about to crush his other knee, 2 school security guards finally rushed over, tasers in hand ready to stop me. Do you know what happens to busybodies? A fierce aura burst from me. My cold eyes locked onto the 2 guards. Those 2 guards were so scared by my glare their whole bodies went cold. Their charge just froze up. In that instant, I stomped down on Lin Bei, and he let out a hoarse, agonized scream. His eyes rolled back, and he totally passed out. Man, nothing beats killing your enemy with your own hands. I couldn't help cracking a satisfied smile. One guard gritted his teeth, waving his taser and charging in. You're about to die anyway. What's 2 hours early? A ruthless look crossed my face. I punched him in the chest, sending him flying over 10 meters like a rag doll. He hit the ground and died on the spot. Even if I didn't kill this security guard now, in 2 hours he'd turn into a monster anyway. So I pretty much just took out a future monster early. The students watching freaked out even more, all stumbling back in terror. Some called the law enforcement. Some called for an ambulance. You guys should all head out. Most of you here aren't surviving the next hour. No need to worry about this. I finally killed my enemy from my last life. It felt like a huge weight off my chest. My mind was clear. I tossed out those cold words and turned to walk away quickly. By 6 p.m., the real end times arrived. Screams everywhere, and people yelling echoed through one bustling city after another. Some people running for their lives. When suddenly, they started foaming at the mouth, and then their heads split open, growing a giant bloody mouth. Twisted and horrifying, and then they eat their friends alive. Some trees too. All their branches and leaves withered in a flash. Then grew creepy tentacles with eyeballs, wrapping up any humans passing by, and devouring them right away. I'm staring out the huge floor-to-ceiling windows, looking down at the whole city from the 100th floor. This is hell. It's a miracle I lasted 8 years in my last life. The monsters were so disgusting. I just couldn't fight them barehanded. So I'm here to grab the sharpest weapon from my past life. Just then, Black Knight's voice rang in my head. Master, should we go grab supplies first? Or take out the Monkey King at the zoo? Right then, a woman's scream came from outside the door, and a woman in a business suit ran into the office, screaming, slammed the door behind her in a panic. After all that, she collapsed on the floor, her full body shaking a little, totally hopeless. Who are you? He just realized there was a stranger in the chairman's office, and saw 4 mutant corpses here. I glanced at the woman coolly, then walked toward the door. The woman saw this and scrambled out of the way, looking at me in terror. She secretly thought, maybe I can use this guy to lure away the monsters outside, and then get into the elevator to reach the underground warehouse. On his way here, he already sold out a few of his buddies. Now seeing someone here, he instantly started scheming again. With her looks, what guy wouldn't fall for her? Suddenly, heavy pounding hit the office door from outside, and you could hear the monsters roaring in. That scared the woman's legs weak. I ignored her and opened the door. No, she cried with a bitter face. She tried to stand but collapsed again. Right then, 2 mutant monsters rushed in with sharp claws ready. I drew my katana. With a flash of cold steel and 2 streaks of blood, both monsters' heads were off instantly. The woman was stunned. Then hope sparked in her eyes. She got up and ran to me. Please, take me with you. Who do you think you are? I shot her a cold look. snorted, and walked away. I'll use my body in exchange. Please, can you take me along? The woman ran over and tried to take off her clothes.
Get lost in this apocalypse.
People like you are worthless. Not to mention you're already used goods. I blocked her from entering the elevator and pressed the button for the first floor. Bastard, leaving me to die. I curse you to die horribly. The woman screamed in despair. The elevator reached the first floor, and the doors slowly opened. 4 monsters were right there. Seeing someone inside the elevator, they roared in excitement and charged. I stepped forward and cut them down one by one. Easy, just like chopping melons. Master, where are we going? We're taking over an underground gang. No one can do everything alone. That gang I want to tame has 6 or 7 super martial fighters. I walked out of Wangshan Tower and vanished into the night in a few flashes. As I tried to swallow the mutant corpses, my once hungry stomach started to feel full. If I eat these mutant monsters, it's basically like I've eaten them myself. Almost every mutant monster in this world has become my food. I looked truly surprised and happy. Maybe I'm not even human anymore. Ever since I unleashed the twin dragons on my back, even passing monsters don't dare to attack me. When they see me, they just run for their lives. But even though I no longer feel hungry, I'm still thirsty. I was about to find water to drink when suddenly, gunfire erupted on a distant street. In the night, I vanished from the alley in a few steps and went toward the gunshots. Out front of the supermarket, about 20 to 30 fully armed soldiers were shooting like crazy in all directions, fighting off swarming mutant monsters. Gunfire and monster roars mixed together. Keep shooting, don't chicken out. Don't waste bullets. Aim for their heads. Wipe out these monsters. Then close the metal gate and wait for backup. Facing so many, nearly endless mutant monsters. Some even take dozens of shots to kill. These soldiers started to panic. Suddenly, a sharp tentacle shot out from the darkness, skewered 3 or 4 soldiers in a row, and dragged them all away. Crap, something even deadlier is lurking. The monster squad leader looked grim and threw 2 grenades into the dark, then fired madly at it. Inside the supermarket, over 100 survivors huddled together, listening to the gunfire and monster roars outside, all shaking in fear as this squad of 20 or 30 soldiers was running out of ammo. The monsters attacking them suddenly stopped advancing and scattered off, all looking toward a shadowy area. What's going on? Could it be an even scarier monster about to attack us? The soldiers saw this and stared at the darkness, terrified. Guns still aimed ahead. And then they saw hundreds of monsters, all making way, which put the soldiers on high alert, their hands shaking a bit. If something can make all those monsters move aside, it's definitely a top-level boss among monsters. But moments later, they were stunned, because what appeared wasn't a monster, but a human with a normal body, except for 2 menacing black dragons on his back. Whenever I passed by, even if monsters dared to attack me, they saw me as a humanoid monster. The captain aimed his gun at me and yelled, "Are you human or monster?" Both human and monster. I won't hurt you guys. Just want a drink of water. I walked through the monster crowd and headed to the supermarket, devouring so many mutants. And with a dragon's body, bullets just can't pierce me. So facing all these guns, I just ignored them. If they dare shoot at me, I'd kill them all in an instant. Captain, I think he killed a security guard at the school gate before mutating, along with that maniac Lin. So basically, he's not a monster. The captain happily signaled everyone to lower their guns. Hey buddy, what's your name? I'm Wu Chang, the captain of this squad. Cut the small talk. I'm only here to grab a bottle of water. I gave the soldiers a calm glance and walked straight to the supermarket, trying to devour. Even if monsters can fill my belly, seems it just makes me way thirstier. That's a real problem. Bro, we're here to rescue an important guy. Captain Wu Chang followed me. Hesitated, then said, "Not my business. I'm just here for water." Inside the supermarket, I saw more than 100 survivors, all staring at me in fear. I ignored them, walked up to the freezer, grabbed a bottle of water, twisted the cap off, drank it down in a few big gulps, finished 1 bottle,
It didn't quench my thirst at all.
I grabbed a few more bottles in a row. After drinking over 20 bottles, I finally felt a bit satisfied. The soldiers around, the survivors all looked at me like I was a monster. When I was about 70% full, I finally stopped. Just then, a wild laugh suddenly broke out from the survivors. I've awakened. A powerful super armor. Everyone turned to look when they heard the voice. It was a tall, skinny man. He was staring excitedly. A blue 9-pointed star appeared in his palm. Dark blue armor covered his body. He let out a long howl. In a flash, dark blue armor covered him completely in the blink of an eye. What's happening? Everyone was shocked and confused. You monster, not human or ghost. Kneel down and die. The man wearing super armor gave me a cold stare. You want to kill me? I shot him a mocking, cold look. That's right. Didn't expect a newly awakened super warrior to dare challenge me. Finally, my first super warrior. And he wants to kill me right away. From the moment you came in, I didn't like this freak. Everyone move aside. Let me take him down. The man in deep sea armor suddenly materialized a lightsaber in his palm. This is super armor. Unmatched power and defense. It can even summon weapons from thin air. Back then, we envied these super warriors so much. Their super armor looked so cool. But that was my past life. Now, even though I'm just flesh and blood, I'm insanely strong. Like a newborn calf. Looks like you don't know who you're up against. If I became a monster like you, I'd definitely kill myself. Die! The man in dark blue armor shouted angrily. He swung his lightsaber at me. The twin dragons on my back roared and shot out. They instantly bit the armored man's neck. In just a moment,
His lightsaber shattered in his hand.
the armored neck also cracked with a loud snap. Such a brutal scene made many women scream. Even Captain Wu Chang gasped. I can be humanity's enemy. Or not. It's up to humanity. I sneered and turned to leave. Wu Chang watched me walk away. He opened his mouth to speak, but only watched me leave. Once I walked out of the supermarket, they immediately closed the iron doors. I guess I ended up saving them in a weird way. The monsters that had gathered outside now were gone. Because to these mutated monsters, I was a terrifyingly powerful kindred. I looked over into a dark shadow. Suddenly, a huge creature slowly stepped out of the darkness. The monster let out a piercing laugh. Its long tongue licked its nasty lips. It eyed me like I was a tasty dish on the table. The tentacles on its back moved as fast as bullets. Nearly as fast as bullets. They all shot right at me. I instantly dodged and disappeared, reappearing in front of the tentacle monster. My katana drew with a sharp sound. The blade charged with savage black dragon energy. The flash of the blade was like a shadow. The huge monster's entire body was sliced cleanly in half. Black Moon jumped up excitedly to feast. As Black Moon devoured it bite by bite, I could feel my strength growing from the heat inside. After finishing the monster's flesh and blood, my figure quickly vanished into the night. Meanwhile, Azure City's biggest underground gang, a man in dusty yellow armor, big and built like a tank, had a beautiful woman slung over his shoulder. Second in command, nice job. You actually kidnapped Chu Bayuan's daughter? C.E. Bayuan has been squeezing us for years. He finally deserves a lesson. The Chu Bayuan he's talking about is the richest man in Yuncheng.
He's incredibly powerful.
The Black Dragon Gang has always lived under his oppression. This apocalypse came at the perfect time. This is the era we've been waiting for. Those guys who do whatever they want just because they're rich need to get cut down a few more times. Boss, you should marry this girl right away. Then send your wedding night video to Cu Bayuan. The 3 other awakened super warriors here are all laughing excitedly. You really think I'm easy to push around? Just then, Si Shu Mingyao, who was tied up, activated her super armor with an icy aura. In an instant, her body was covered in silver-white armor. So you have super armor too. The Black Dragon Gang's second in command was shocked. Right at that moment, a young gang member rushed in, totally terrified. Boss, bad news. There's a humanoid monster rampaging outside. Third boss got killed in one hit. Just as the guy came in, outside the main gate, a man covered in blood with a big scar was thrown inside like a cannonball. He was tossed in by someone from outside. The Black Dragon gang boss's face changed. A black tiger armor instantly covered him. Meanwhile, the other gang leaders here quickly activated the powers in their palms and fused their armor. They all stared at the door. I strode in confidently, glanced around at everyone present. My gaze landed on the water dispenser nearby. I walked straight over there, like I didn't even notice the armored fighters. I stood in front of the dispenser, grabbed the big water jug, tilted my head back and chugged it down. While evolving, I absorbed tons of water from my body. After drinking enough, I tossed the water jug aside, looked at the super warriors around me. Come at me together. Lose, and you just have to be my servant. Remember, a servant, not a subordinate. The arrogant Black Dragon leader spoke in a deep voice. Are you human or a monster? CEO Mengyao recognized me. Earlier this evening, at the school gate, she saw this man kill Lin Bei. He beat a security guard to death. Why talk so much with this freak? Just kill him. Fourth boss shouted, unleashed the light blade from his armor, and charged in. I watched the fierce fourth boss charge at me. He was fast, almost reached me in a blink. But to me, he seemed slow as a snail. I didn't dodge. Instead, I just grabbed his light blade and kicked him hard. The power in my kick blew open the armor on the fourth boss with a bang. He flew out like a cannonball, smashed hard into the wall, and died instantly. Sorry, he's dead. I couldn't control my strength. Feeling the lifeless fourth boss, I crushed the light blade in my hand. Looked at the others. So, what about you guys? Want to feel my power too? Everyone here looked at me with fear. The Black Dragon boss's voice trembled. What do you really want? Anyone who could kill his fourth brother instantly, even all of them together, probably couldn't take him. Didn't I just say, become my servant? My patience is limited. Decide within 1 minute. Why do I want to take over the Black Dragon gang? Simple reason. I need to go hunting outside. Even if I eat other creatures, I still need water. I need someone under me to collect purified water. If not, I wouldn't even bother. I'd go straight to the city's biggest zoo and kill the Monkey King. What's the benefit of devouring it? Black Dragon leader Zhao Long asked quietly. I went straight to the sofa and sat, took out my cigarette pack, lit one up. Become my servant. From now on, I've got your back. You just need to collect purified water for me. All right, the Black Dragon gang is ready to serve you. Zhao Long knew there was no way out. He bowed deeply with the fifth and sixth bosses. Good. And you? I looked at CEO Mengyao. CEO Mengyao shook her head and said, I was kidnapped here by them. I'm not a member of the Black Dragon gang. I glanced at her. Doesn't matter who you are. Since you're here, and you're a super warrior, you need to be my servant. CEO Mengyao felt bitter. She didn't doubt for a second. If she refused, her fate would be awful. I agree, good. If any of you try to run, I promise I'll find you anywhere and eat you alive. I said this. The fierce two-headed dragon behind me let out a wild roar. 8 years in my past life. 6 were spent under others' control. Now I'm ruling over life and death. Feels amazing. There's no way to describe how good it feels. CEO Mengyao felt I said that to myself. She quickly replied, not daring. Master, I need to go home now. Please let me.
He's worried.
Her family has awakened superpowers. She definitely needs to check on them. Alright, from now on this is our base. As long as you can collect enough purified water, I won't limit your freedom. If you run into danger, just contact me anytime. I took a deep drag. If you can, bring in more super warriors. In this apocalypse, with a powerful master like me, the more people, the stronger we are. I'll head home now, CEO Mengyao said, and left without a glance. Zhao Long stepped forward and said, Master, I feel she never come back. I put out my cigarette, and said calmly, "You can't stop someone who wants to die." Zhao Long's face was full of loyalty. "Master, you look. Did you survive the mutation? That's crazy awesome. Nobody can resist the mutation." I didn't waste words with him. "Get me a room. I want to take a shower." "Master, please follow me." Zhao Long led the way. "Fifth and sixth, go gather our gang brothers right now. Collect as much purified water as possible." Jiang Feng and Li Si left after picking up the bodies of third and fourth bosses. This is the apocalypse. Life isn't worth much. The Black Dragon Gang has over 100 members, but most aren't high level. There are 8 super warriors total. Now 2 are dead. 6 are still out searching for supplies. Otherwise, probably 1 more would have died. Right now, outside, more than 10 super warrior fighters are clearing the area. Mutant monsters keep attacking non-stop. Leading them is a super warrior fighter. His super armor is the gluttonous armor. He's wielding a heavy halberd. He sweeps through the monsters, cutting them down. Almost no mutant can withstand a single blow from him. "Chairman, this isn't working. There are just too many monsters. We can't kill them all." A woman in flame armor rushes to the man in gluttonous armor. She fights side by side with him. The guys are running low on energy now. "We should fall back to the underground shelter. Meng Yao, your dad can only wait for you until now." The gluttonous armor fighter sighs helplessly. He came out to clear monsters near the building, hoping to wait for his daughter to come back. But now, it looks like his daughter was already killed by monsters. Just as the man in gluttonous armor is about to speak and give the retreat order, out of the dark night, a woman in ice armor suddenly charges in. She's holding an icy bow. Each draw fires several ice arrows. "Who are you guys? Looking for me, huh?" Sishu Mengyao fights her way back with great effort. Seeing super warriors battling monsters here, she jumps in to help. She shouts loudly, carefully fighting her way back from the underground boxing ring. CEU Mengyao is already wiped out. "Mengyao, you really became a super warrior and made it back." The gluttonous armor man hears her voice and immediately orders everyone to retreat. He'll cover the rear, the last to enter the building. Everyone exits once inside the elevator. "Take off your helmet." "How are mom and your little sister?" CEU Mengyao sees her dad is safe and has awakened an even more powerful super armor than hers. She's overjoyed. Everyone's okay. Inside the underground shelter, Chu Bayuan finally breathes a sigh of relief. This is a 500 billion yuan group tower. The underground has a shelter that can withstand nuclear war. A super fancy underground shelter under the Spirit Tower, built very luxuriously. It looks just like a huge underground research facility. It can support thousands of people. Su-wan, go check the supplies in the shelter. See how long it'll last for over 100 of us. Once inside the shelter, Chu Bayuan gives instructions. The woman in flame armor nods and leaves. "Mengyao, go see your mom and sister." Chu Bayuan leads his daughter deeper into the shelter. "Dad, I can't stay here too long." Yu Mengyao quickly explains what she's been through. "Can't believe someone like that exists. But since you came back, let's not worry about it. Making my daughter a servant? Seriously outrageous." Chu Bayuan listens, and a hint of murderous intent flashes in his deep eyes. "That person is ruthless. If I don't go back, I'm worried trouble will come here." Yu Mengyao frowns a little. Honestly, she doesn't want to go back either, but thinking of that terrifying man, she hesitates. "Don't overthink, I'll handle this." How dare they want Chu Bayuan's daughter as a servant? He deserves to die. Late that night, the Empire Army of Cloud City rescued many survivors, but their losses were huge. Most super fighters suffered heavy casualties. They just couldn't hold out anymore, so they started to retreat. "Master, I feel like we can't stay long in the city. We'll run out of food eventually. But the apocalypse isn't ending. I know there's a military base outside the west suburbs. Let's grab some seeds first, then attack the military base. The city's population is dense, so there are tons of monsters too. It's no place to survive for long. He's definitely not the only one thinking of leaving. Why leave?
I pick up a big jug of water.
Chug it down. Isn't leaving a good thing? Zhao Long hesitates a bit. Only a fool would leave. Even when creatures die, the earth absorbs their blood and grows a fruit that can boost your superpower. I say calmly. That fruit is super important. It only exists for 12 hours. Once time's up, they'll all become a new class of mutant monsters. So our superpower can evolve too. Guess we can't leave then. Zhao Long is stunned.
His mind is racing.
We have to fight for that resource too. That's pure natural water. Be sure to tell everyone to find it. I'll get you all enough logs when the time comes. With that, I get up and keep talking. I'll go hunt some mutants and evolve. You guys go find supplies too. If that woman doesn't return tomorrow, she's dead. As I walk by, basic level monsters. All steer clear, terrified. In my past life, I dreamed countless times of walking outside and not being attacked by mutants. Now it's finally real. On the way to the biggest zoo in Cloud City, I pass a high school and kill 3 mutant beasts in a row. Are those even monsters? How can they be that strong? When he showed up just now, the other monsters ran off in a panic. This guy must be an even more terrifying mutant. The super fighters hiding in the school see me kill all 3 creatures, the ones who could easily kill them, and they're shocked speechless. I remember in my last life, this high school had some pretty impressive super fighters, especially this guy named Ji Baosheng. His super armor is insanely strong. Ji Baosheng, get out here. Go convince some strong super warriors to join us. That's something we really need. Even though I'm powerful, the ocean has plenty of lord-level creatures later on. I can face a black dragon one-on-one, but if I get surrounded, I'll barely escape. Plus, I have no idea what my full strength is after merging with Black Moon. Did it get weaker or stronger? So pulling in some strong super warriors is definitely the best plan. Kij, they're calling you. There are 3 people hiding in the lobby. The leader is in Asura armor, and the other 2, one in Black Crow armor, and the other in Firebird armor. These 3 are the strongest in this high school. He knows who I am. Ji Baosheng, awakened to the Asura super armor, looks at the white-haired man standing outside the gate. He hesitates for a moment. They're calling your name out loud. Of course he knows you. So that means he's not actually a mutant monster. Should I go see him? You guys wait here. I'll go meet him. Ji Baosheng thought for a moment. He pushed the door open and walked out, headed straight for the school gate, and asked loudly, "Do you know me? Heard of me, huh?" Slight smile. With your school super warriors following me, what if you're not a super warrior? Why are you so strong? Ji Baosheng didn't answer me right away. In his eyes, this guy is just too unbelievable. He took down 3 mutant beasts just with his strength. I smiled and said, even if these are monsters, they're not super warriors either. So why can they kill you? Your awakened Shura super weapon is actually pretty strong. But it's only first tier. These 3 mutants are all second tier now. If we go by ranks, I should be second tier too. But once I devour that bloodline golden monkey king, I'll definitely reach tier 3. Ji Baosheng paused mid-sentence. He hesitated. You seem to know a lot. I can go with you. But there are 38 students in the school. 21 awakened ones. So many monsters outside. What's your plan? We've got food and drinks in the school. What do we need to do? I'm not letting you leave. You just live here. If there's trouble, I'll help you. But you all have to listen to me. Ji Baosheng gave me a deep look and found out I'm really not simple. So can you tell me, how do you reach Super Tier 5? There are 2 ways. 1. Absorb sunlight during the day. But you knew that already. You'll find out tomorrow anyway. 2. Eat base fruits. When any base mutant dies, the earth absorbs their blood. And with sunlight, the earth grows base trees. The base fruit on top once you eat it. You can reach Super Tier 5. I'm heading to the biggest zoo in Cloud City. Wait for me to come back. Tomorrow I'll take you to pick base fruit. That's all I said before leaving. If I'm late and the Monkey King hits tier 3, that might be a problem. Watching my figure disappear into the night, Ji Baosheng's eyes flickered. He muttered in a low voice. Just what kind of being is he? It seems all the mutants fear this guy. After I left the area, mutants nearby started coming closer again. Boss, we can live just fine on our own. Why bother rescuing so many people? Kept moving forward. On the way to the zoo, Haiyu's confused voice sounded. Haiyu, in your past life, you were so arrogant. Looked down on all beings. So the 5 ocean overlords ganged up on you. You killed 2, but barely escaped with your life. That sure super weapon Ji Baosheng awakened. Belongs to same tier. Disaster level. One of humanity's future pillars. Not as strong as you were, but still a decent helper. Suddenly, just then, a mutant chicken blocked my path. Other mutant chickens saw me and ran off like rabbits fleeing tigers. This mutant wasn't a monster but a white fox, bigger than a water buffalo, with 9 tails. Bloodline type I looked at the fox blocking the way. It's really you, this white fox. Mutant of the evil class. Smart, clever as any human. Can even shapeshift. I know this white fox well. It caused a lot of trouble for humanity's super warriors. So sneaky and sly. And by the middle of Doomsday, somehow evolved to disaster tier. Didn't expect to run into it here. Don't run, be my queen, and I'll let you live. Just then, from the distant darkness, a tall figure rushed over. I looked up, eyes narrowing. It's the disaster tier Rat King, weakest of the disaster tier, but still commands hundreds of thousands, even millions of rats. Not so many right now though. As the Rat King showed up, from all around in the night, pairs of crimson eyes appeared. Not running? Even among disasters, there are strong and weak. Looks like Rat King is the weakest type, one of the weakest disasters. Still stronger than the evil class. Hundreds of mutant rats, drooling as they surrounded me and the white fox. When Rat King saw a creature here, that seemed both human and beast, he was a bit stunned, squinted at me, and asked, "Who are you?" From me, he felt a bloodline suppression. Big black dragon, help me. The white fox in front of me started to glow, and changed into a 9-tailed woman. He figured, I must be a dragon mutant as well. Just another form. So he changed shape too. Bro, don't get involved. This fox belongs to me. The Rat King squinted at me. Let's not mess with each other. But it'd be a waste to not devour you, right? I licked my lips. Meanwhile, dragon horns grew from my head, a dragon tail from my spine. Dragon scales appeared on my skin, and 2 sharp dragon fangs in my mouth. This Rat King is actually tier 3. Let's go, boys. Rat King didn't waste words.
He ordered the hundreds of rats.
Underlings up first. Big black dragon, leave these rats to me. You go take down the Rat King. I'll follow you from now on. The white fox grew fangs and charged the rats. Black Dragon King wouldn't risk it all. Rat King said coldly, "Enough talk, let's fight." With a loud stomp, I charged forward across the floor. I drew my katana. Violent black dragon energy surged along the blade. The Rat King let out a long howl, clearly seeking death. There's no way he'd let himself leave in disgrace. Dragon and rat clashed head-on. My katana collided with his claws. It actually sounded like steel smashing together. Sparks flew everywhere. The blade's aura was overwhelming. First round, as the Rat King was blasted back several meters, I left 2 deep slashes on his chest. He was furious, roared in defiance, refusing to lose. He swung both claws and came at me again. I had dragon power helping me, but my weapon still wasn't enough. If I had a super warrior's armored weapon, those slashes would have cut even deeper. The Rat King's skin might not even be pierced by missiles. The only reason I broke his defenses was thanks to the black dragon power coating my blade. Just a rat. Even at calamity level, even if he's stronger than me, right now he can only defend himself. No chance to fight back. And the twin dragons behind me keep ambushing, biting off chunks of his flesh. He's beneath me. Why is he so powerful? Is this the strength of a dragon? In just moments, After a short fight, the Rat King was covered in wounds and terrified. With a roar, he tried to run. I shouted after him. I gathered all my black dragon power, slashed 5 times in 1 second. 5 fierce sword beams instantly shot out, cutting straight at him. Feeling the icy sword beams flying after him, the Rat King cursed, spun around and used his palms to block. His claws almost got chopped off. In that split second, I rushed in again with my blade. The Rat King ignored his wounds and just tried to escape. At the same time, White Tiger was finishing off the other rat monsters, watching us from afar, thinking about leaving, but after a moment's thought, still decided not to go. Figured if Black Dragon didn't say a word, and just went all out with the Rat King. If I left now, next time we met, he might not show me any mercy, and just kill me off. Pissing off someone this scary would be stupid. As White Tiger finished the rat monsters, a shape rushed toward me in the dark. My aura was way stronger than before. After devouring the Rat King, I hit 3rd tier. I suddenly felt super thirsty. I thought you ran off. I was surprised to see White Fox still here. Honestly, I didn't expect it. White Fox thanked me. Big bro Black Dragon, you risked it all to save me from the Rat King. How could I just leave? I checked him out from head to toe. This fox demon is really attractive. Master, your thoughts are getting kind of evil. Black Moon's voice suddenly echoed in my mind. A dragon's nature is lustful. Guess it's your DNA at work. I feel nothing seeing human women. But faced with this monster-like being, how am I suddenly tempted? I blamed Black Moon immediately. But this fox demon still gets me going somehow. Am I really not human anymore? Black Moon couldn't help but tease me. Not even pretending anymore. It's all my fault, big bro Black Dragon. So I'll just follow you from now on. I forced myself to calm down. Alright, come with me. Then I turned and ran toward the zoo. We're headed somewhere. He's not planning to kill me, is he? White Fox bit his lip and followed me closely. As we walked farther and farther, he finally realized he was overthinking. Caught up and walked next to me. Big bro Black Dragon, where are we going? I think we should be eating more to power up now. Eating tiny creatures won't do much. I know a monkey zoo with at least 30 mutant chickens inside, and 3 evil spirit chickens. 1 real evil spirit chicken, a top-tier chicken that became a monkey. Let's go swallow them first. I ran super fast, almost 80 kilometers per hour. I have to get stronger tonight. But that place, Big Bro Black Dragon, is already a huge shelter. What did you say? I was stunned for a moment by those words. As far as I know, that monkey zoo shouldn't have any shelter built. White Fox shook his head. I don't know either. I just came from there. It's like a fortress. Electric grids cover it from above. Outer wall is 200 meters tall. We can't get in at all. Is it possible someone else got reborn like me? And they must be super rich. What's this shelter like? If possible, could I conquer it and make it mine? Turns out I was right. Ahead where the zoo used to be, now stands a doomsday fortress. Thick walls 200 meters high. Even 6 or 7-tier mutant monsters can't break through. The fortress covers about 50,000 square meters. Man, these hundreds of millions of humans are amazing. This shelter is absolutely a masterpiece. White Fox looked on, a little envious. Outside the shelter walls, thousands of mutated monsters were howling wildly. They tried to climb up, but once they got 10 meters up, the electrified steel plates zapped them to a crisp. Birds and bugs fly overhead. Mutant things tried to rush in, but all got stopped by the electric grid. Who the hell did this? I frowned a little, pulled my phone out to check the time, then realized there was still a signal. It was satellite network. That surprised me even more. All this strange stuff felt off. Could it be the owner of this shelter? Warned the Empire about the apocalypse early. That's the only way this would make sense, for the satellite network to be up this fast. Suddenly, hundreds of fighter jets screamed into the clouds outside the city, switching on thermal imaging radar. With thermal imaging, humans and monsters were easy to spot. The jets dodged survivor camps and started bombing, but quickly ran into flying mutants. Swarms of monsters attacked them, throwing themselves against the planes in frenzy. Flames everywhere in an instant. Soon jets were getting shot down. Looks like there's another reborn in the apocalypse now. This is different from my last life. I opened TikTok, searched for videos about Yun City Zoo shelter. One popped up immediately. It was from 2 months ago. Hengyu Group CEO Mu Liuli spent billions. Bought the biggest monkey zoo in Yun City, and in just 2 months, built a giant shelter there. Mu Liuli is pretty much definitely a reborn too. Just came back 2 months earlier than me. Watching these videos, I was completely certain the second reborn is a public reliver, and even told the Empire about the coming apocalypse before it started. That makes sense now. No wonder the satellite network came online so fast. Brother Black Dragon, you have a human phone. White Fox is looking at me, so skilled at using a human phone. A moment of hesitation. I didn't answer him, just kept scrolling videos. Sure enough, I found the Empire's news video. Cataclysmic apocalypse suddenly descends. Humans have taken huge losses. If you're still alive, try your best to hide. Wait for the Imperial Army to rescue you. In this cataclysmic world, more and more ultra-martial humans kept awakening. The Empire urges these ultra-martial humans to join the rescue operation. Let's save more hope for humanity's future. I keep a straight face, watching these videos, but not afraid at all. Mu Liuli, one of all sentient beings. Even being reborn can't change himself. You can't break your own limits. He awakened ultra-martial last life, so this life he will too. If he can't awaken, even being reborn wouldn't help. He still wouldn't awaken. Last life's Mu Liuli awakened the Emperor's supreme ultra-martial. Should be the same in this life. The only difference is
He just built a shelter this time.
I don't believe.
He could go as wild, devouring strong things as I can.
Even if he tries, he can't be stronger than me, because Black Dragon last life was the planet's power ceiling. Unbeatable in solo fights. Brother Black Dragon, let's go. Let's devour and grow stronger. We can't get into this shelter anyway. As soon as White Fox finished, the heavy iron door of the shelter rumbled open. Then over 100 ultra-martial humans dashed out. All these ultra-martial humans were seriously strong. As soon as they rushed out, they started slaughtering the mutated creatures outside. White Fox looked at those crazy powerful ultra-martial humans and asked curiously, "So these are human ultra-martial humans?" I watched quietly, didn't say a word. I saw those ultra-martial humans clean up the monsters outside the shelter, then haul their bodies back in. Why are they bringing those corpses inside? White Fox looked really confused, but I totally get it. Completely convinced now. Mu Liuli is definitely a reborn one. They're bringing back the monster corpses, obviously to see if they can grow mutation trees from them. Interesting, devouring to become stronger. When dawn comes, an even bloodier fight awaits us. When the sun rises tomorrow, lots of mutation trees will pop up. Their fruit, whether for ultra-martial humans or us, is the top resource for leveling up. I know Mu Liuli definitely gets that too. With so many ultra-martial humans in the shelter, it's clear Mu Liuli recruited them all. Before the apocalypse even started, he did a good job there. Right now, outside the shelter's villa, a woman in vermilion bird armor walked in fast. One of the absolute top human fighters from last life. Can't believe Mu Liuli got her on board early. So, did you find that black dragon? Mu Liuli looked at her and softly asked, as one of all sentient beings. Better than him except for me. No one at all. If we don't take him out while he's weak, we won't be able to later on. Vermilion Ling shook her head, boss. I searched all around that school, but didn't see any black dragon. On the way back, I did hear an Imperial squad. Ran into a man with 2 black dragons growing out of his back. Not sure if that black dragon can shapeshift now. Mu Liuli was shocked at that. Already devoured up to tier 3 this fast? Suddenly, Director Lin sent Mu Liuli a video. Boss Mu, have you ever seen these 2 mutants? Are they human or mutated creatures? Mu Liuli saw it and opened the video. On screen, a white-haired guy with crazy bloodline and 2 fierce black dragons growing from his back, alongside a woman with 9 fox tails. Vermilion Ling saw and spoke up right away.
Boss,
The squad leader was just talking about him. That's the guy from the video. Muliuli frowned a little. In his memory, Black Dragon was always super arrogant. Never would have taken human form. So, puzzled, he replied to Director Lin. That fox is definitely a mutant. But I'm not sure about the white-haired, red-eyed guy. Director Lin spoke in a cold voice. That white-haired, red-eyed man is my grandson's killer. He showed up after the aurora swept across Star Blue Continent. That black dragon. Could it really evolve that fast? Only half an hour and it's already tier 3 and human form. Muliuli doesn't buy it at all. Something is off here. If humans don't unite, we'll end up extinct. The oceans cover 71% of Star Blue Continent, with way more creatures inside. Way too many for humans to handle. Muliuli realized, even living life all over again, he can't change much. He can only try to get the Empire ready, to keep casualties down. If they have human intelligence, can't we work with them too? Fight these mutated creatures together? But all those monsters ever do is fight each other for food. I think maybe we can try teaming up with corruption and mutated monsters. Honestly, I was thinking the same thing. Muliuli's eyes shone. And I already found a possible partner, right now in the underground arena. 5 ultra-martial humans led by Zhao Long, plus 3 more they recruited, are all back.
Tonight.
Most resources they found were just purified water. Nothing they could do, with a terrifying boss around.
Boss.
Are we really gonna take orders from that monster? Call him master? If you haven't seen Dragon Ocean's power, you won't get it. Someone said, not giving in. Why wait for him to come back? Let's team up and take him down. You want to kill him? Do it yourself. Don't drag me into your suicide mission. I'm not fighting him. Zhao Long smirked coldly. Hope you guys aren't too stubborn. US so-called ultra-martial humans are like ants compared to them. Is he really that strong? Wu Zhouqiao. The boss is actually scared of that monster man. She sounded hesitant. Zhang Feng and Li Si said in terror. Way more than strong. He's just a total freak, Wu Zhao said, thinking. Shangdu Diuan Group is making moves. Calling all ultra-martial humans here. No idea how many will respond. Having such a powerful boss is actually pretty great. Zhao Long nodded too. We're joining the Abyss Group and letting them control us. That's never going to happen. No matter what, he wouldn't dare betray me. Not to mention that monster is super strong. And knows a lot too. Following someone like that makes everyone feel a bit safer. While they were chatting, I walked in quickly with White Fox. When they saw who came back, Zhao Long perked up. He stepped up to greet me. The others followed and greeted us, checking me and White Fox out. Then they all respectfully called out, "Boss!" White Fox looked at these superhumans and felt serious doubt inside. He couldn't understand why this Black Dragon King was so close to humans. And these people all call him boss. Zhao Long and the others looked at White Fox, also puzzled, and grew even more suspicious of our boss's identity. Could he really be a black dragon in human form? I gave them a slight nod, then looked over at the purified water on the ground. Everyone looked at me like I was some monster. I walked over and picked up a barrel and started chugging it down, drank 3 whole barrels. After hunting for hours outside, I'm at stage 3, late phase now. White Fox is at stage 3, middle phase. Where's that woman? She's not back yet. I put down the plastic barrel and noticed that we've got 3 more superhumans. But that woman from before is missing. Zhao Long stepped up and said she hasn't returned yet. But I know who she is. She's the daughter of Chu Bayuan, chairman of Star God Group. Try to contact her as soon as possible. If you don't see her back in half an hour, I'll kill her myself. I sat down on the couch nearby and took out a cigarette. Zhao Long walked up and lit it for me with a lighter. Okay, I'll contact Chu Bayuan now.
He said, taking out his phone.
And texted Chu Bayuan right away. Not long after Zhao Long sent the message, Chu Bayuan replied with just 3 words. Go die already. Boss, Chu Bayuan told us to go die. Zhao Long's face turned dark, and he showed me the screen. So arrogant. Open the location. Only an hour until dawn. Let's go deal with them first. We gave them a chance. If they don't appreciate it, then they deserve to die. The location leads to Star God Tower. White Fox, take them to Yuyuan High School and gather up Jishang and the rest. I'll go meet Chu Bayuan first. I got up and walked out. Star God Group, gather up. The reason I let White Fox lead them is because, without White Fox, a top evil breed, even superhumans can't survive out there. Way too many mutant monsters roaming around. Alright, follow me. White Fox glanced at the superhumans with charming cold eyes. About humans, he didn't have any good feelings. I want you to stay back and guard here. The rest, let's go. Zhao Long led everyone to follow. A group of superhuman suit-wearing people, following a girl with 9 tails. You couldn't make up a weirder scene. Miss White Fox, how did you meet the boss? Zhao Long tried to probe with his question. Just met you all. Why would the Black Dragon bother with weaklings like you? White Fox's words clearly looked down on these so-called superhumans. In his eyes, he could kill one with a single move. Never needed a second round. No need to go twice. Hearing how much he looked down on them, Long Aocean and the others frowned. But after leaving the underground boxing ring, mutant creatures nearby spotted White Fox, and they all ran away. Impressed but also scared. They didn't dare talk back. Underground bunker, Star God Tower. Chu Bayuan was on a phone call. On the other end was Muliuli. Muliuli spoke with a smile. If all goes well, in an hour, Suzuku will bring the group here. So welcome in advance. CU.
Clearly.
Chu Bayuan already agreed to work with Muliuli and plans to move this underground shelter. As soon as Chu Bayuan finished the call, Cu Mengyao knocked and came in. Dad, after thinking it over, I still don't think I can stay here. That guy's just too powerful. Hearing that, Chu Bayuan frowned. Stop it. Stay here and behave. We're moving to Aunt Moo's shelter right away. Cu Mengyao thought for a bit, then nodded. Okay. She turned to leave the study. But she didn't actually listen to her dad. After stepping out, she sneaked away quietly. She didn't want to bring disaster on her family because of herself. She only felt a bit more at ease. After getting in the elevator, she reached the surface, when suddenly a furious roar came from outside. Hearing it, she armed her battle suit and nervously went to check. Seeing the scene outside, she felt glad about her decision. A 3-headed python, over 20 meters long, had just been chopped off all its heads by me. Boss Chu Mengyao saw it and hurried out shouting. I looked up at her and said playfully, thought you wouldn't show up. Here's the thing. There were too many mutants on the way home last night. I had to fight just to get here, so I was wiped out and crashed until now. First thing after waking up was to come find you, boss. Of course, Chu Mengyao wouldn't say that she struggled for hours. Boss, why'd you come in person? Came to kill you, of course. But since you're here now, I'll let you live this time. Go get your dad out here. He needs to answer for his words. Boss, what happened? What did my dad say? Chu Mengyao was shocked. He told us to go die. Does he really have what it takes? I'm someone who never lets things go. If you talk back to me, you'll have to pay the price. Please, master, spare me. My dad has no idea how powerful you are. Please, master, have mercy. Chu Mengyao was shocked to hear this. She knelt down and begged. My dad is a super martial artist too. And he's not just some average one. He could totally be your right-hand man. You wish it were that easy. With your dad's status up high, why would he ever lower himself? If he wants to follow me, we can work things out. If not, then he'll just have to die. I'll persuade him for sure. Please wait a moment, master. Chu Mengyao felt heavy-hearted. She got up and hurried back. At that time, I was outside the Shinshin Group building. I'd been waiting 7 or 8 minutes. I saw only her come out. I basically guessed what had happened.
Chu Mengyao walked out alone.
She wasn't wearing her super armor. Her eyes looked a bit red, like she'd been crying. Master, if you let my dad live, my life will be yours from now on. Chu Mengyao looked at me and said this firmly. Just this once. If he ever stands against me again, I'll take his head off myself. Remember what you said. Starting today, your life belongs to me. Thank you, master. Si Chu Mengyao said quietly. She doesn't see me as her daughter anymore. This is all I can do for her. Just then, from down the street, the sound of approaching vehicles suddenly came. 2 buses soon appeared in sight. They came to a stop outside the Star Tower. I was just thinking about recruiting the disaster-level panda. Too bad that's not happening. Because after it mutated, it stuck with his nanny. Otherwise, I could have tried getting him too. But he already followed his nanny and joined Muliuli's shelter. Now he's under another reincarnator's command, and he's here with the buses to pick up survivors. I looked at the boy with panda ears and instantly guessed it was him. He was checking me out too. He felt quite a bit of pressure from me. First, he's in early stage 3. I'm already late stage 3. On top of that, I'm disaster level top tier. He's just one of the best at the disaster level.
Hey man.
Hi there, Meng Bao smiled and waved at me. He greeted me. I wasn't planning to fight him. I asked, what brings you here? Meng Bao is really innocent. He doesn't hide anything. My nanny said, we're here to pick up survivors from Xingsheng group, then head to a shelter together. I gave Meng Bao a heads up. Hope you don't become my enemy, or I'll devour you. Then I left with Si Shu Mengyao. Just then, Zhang Piao got off the bus, curious, and asked Meng Bao, are you the same kind as that white-haired, red-eyed guy? Meng Bao nodded seriously. Yes. He's super scary. I'm no match for him. Hearing that, Zhang Piao was confused. If you two are alike, why does he have a human with him? Meng Bao shook his head. No idea.
Anyway, I won't go against him.
Since he has no beef with us. No need to make him our enemy. Then he took out his phone to call Chu Bayuan. Told him to bring people out. On the tall building next door, I watched their every move. At that moment, Si Mingyao squeezed out the words, Master. Is Ming Bao the same kind as you? Truth is, he was really curious. This guy who committed crimes at the school gate before, is he human or a mutant? Do I look like a monster to you? I gave him a quick glance and said, I'm human just like you. We're even classmates. Then my phone buzzed in my pocket. I took it out to look. It was a message from Zhao Long. Master, something bad happened. We're on the road and ran into a freaky mutant monster. Sister White, Fox can't beat it. They're about to get forced back to their original forms. A creepy mutated creature. My eyes narrowed a bit. Could a weird creature have shown up this fast? I looked at Chu Mengyao and said, you and your dad go to Mulili's shelter first. Check out what's going on inside for me. Here's my WeChat. Then I disappeared into the night as fast as I could. What kind of monster could make him this worried? Chu Mengyao hesitated a moment, feeling pretty bitter. Looks like I have to go back and apologize to Dad. About 10 kilometers away, not a single mutated creature dared get close. Inside the street, creepy, disturbing laughter echoed around. It kept coming from all directions. White Fox and the others 23 super warriors in total. Only 15 left now, all staring at the darkness in terror. What kind of monster can move so secretly? Every attack, we lose a brother.
Damn apocalypse.
Why did we bother becoming super warriors? Able to summon super armor, if we're still so weak? All the super warriors from school, even though they're in armor, are clearly scared to death. Their hands are shaking on their weapons. Fear is about to break them. Zhao Long scolded them harshly. Hey, toughen up. Pull yourselves together. You think fear solves anything? It'll only get you killed faster. Don't blame them too much. What we're dealing with now, besides Black Dragon, would make anyone desperate. White Fox has already turned back into her fox form.
Now,
all we can do is hope Black Dragon gets here fast. That monster in the dark gave her a super creepy vibe. She felt like it was actually holding back against her. Otherwise, she'd probably be dead already. Suddenly, a creepy laugh and a shadow rushed in. A student super warrior was grabbed by the shadow in an instant and disappeared into the darkness. Then from that darkness came a bunch of blood-curdling screams. Forget this, I'm out. One student finally couldn't take it anymore, yelled out, and ran off from the group. But as soon as he ran into the darkness, we heard him screaming in agony. Along with those screams was a string of evil, creepy laughter. It's trying to eat us in endless fear. Creepy laughs kept ringing in our ears. Xiaolong felt a chill all over, shivering uncontrollably. He could be next. Where the heck is Black Dragon? Ji Bashang, who didn't even know my name, was shaking too. Just like White Fox, he called me Black Dragon. Shinshin Group is over 10 kilometers from here, but with master speed, he should be here soon. Tong Lian spoke, teeth chattering. What if even the boss can't beat that thing hiding in the dark? He was worried the monster was too strong. As soon as he said that, everyone felt even more hopeless. A dark shadow flashed by again. Another super warrior was snatched away. They couldn't even see what the shadow looked like. In the next 3 or 4 minutes, 4 more super warriors got grabbed by the shadow. There were 23 of us, counting White Fox. Now only 12 people are left. Someone broke down, sobbing hard. Some even collapsed to the ground. They couldn't even keep their super armor on. But then, from the distant street, a wild dragon's roar suddenly came rumbling over. A gust of wind followed. My bloody eyes locked onto a patch of darkness. I looked in that direction, and 2 scarlet eyes lit up in the shadow. Xiaolong and the others saw this, and somehow felt safer. The fear in their hearts faded away. Xiaolong quickly stepped forward and asked me softly, "What is that monster hiding in the dark?" It comes and goes without a trace. None of us even saw its face, and we already lost over 10 brothers. In their eyes, I'm the one who knows everything. People managed to calm themselves a little. Everyone focused, listening closely. It's a variant beast. It's a human mutated again after the apocalypse. They are wicked, cruel, and ruthless. And they always act alone. Every single one is super strong. You pretty much have no chance against them. It can also change its form at will. I stared at the red eyes in the dark. Never thought this kind of variant beast would show up so soon. Ji Baosheng looked uneasy. He asked the question everyone wanted answered. "Big bro Black Dragon, are you confident you can beat it?" Ji Baosheng, give me your weapon. The previous sword was too useless against this kind of variant beast. I need a good weapon. Ji Baosheng didn't hesitate. He handed me his 2 Asura blades. Then he summoned an Asura spear. His Asura super weapon is at the saint level. He has 3 sets of weapons total. A blade, a spear, and a bow. In that patch of darkness, the red eyes flashed, and creepy laughter echoed out. But just then, the sun began to rise. First light opened up the dawn. Sunlight hit the horizon. A ray of sunlight shone into the dark corner, and everyone saw it. It was a terrifying, hideous beast, though it was short. It looked extremely vicious. Seeing that monster, everyone shuddered. It was chewing on a fresh catch. I glanced at the beast, then pulled out my phone, and pinpointed the next evolutionary tree's location. White Fox, take everyone and go this way first. Those mutation fruits are very important to us. If you want your power to grow fast, it's all about these fruits. Xiaolong looked at me. Be careful, we'll wait for you there. With White Fox leading the way, everyone ran off in that direction. The variant beast didn't stop them, just kept staring at me, like I'm the tastiest thing it ever saw. In a blink, the variant beast turned into a gray blur, and disappeared with a whoosh. It moved so fast, it was like an eye blink. Its left claw slashed at my chest, while its right claw swiped at my neck. I reacted instantly. My Asura blade covered in Black Dragon's power, blocking its deadly attack. The sheer force sent the variant beast flying several meters. I gave it no chance to recover, charging forward furiously, striking with my blade 7 or 8 times a second. Blades flashed, filling the air with deadly light. The variant beast roared, its eyes gleaming red, meeting my blade with claws and steel. We fought so fast. In just a few blinks, we'd already battled away from the street. Anyone standing in our way would get torn apart by our attacks. After hundreds of rounds, I landed a hit as if I had the strength of 10,000 tons, smashing the variant beast flying. The massive impact sent the variant crashing through a whole building before it stopped. It roared and got back up, blood dripping from its mouth. It looked at me through the hole it crashed, then turned and ran, not hesitating at all. I let out a cold snort. No more holding back my power. Once I absorb this evolved variant beast, I'll reach stage 4. How can I let it escape right under my nose? with my black dragon coiling around it. The variant beast couldn't move an inch. It watched, helpless, as I chopped off its head, killing this variant beast. I ordered my 2 shadow dragons to devour it. Every bite I took filled me with intense heat. With each bite, I got closer to 4th stage. As I was about to break through, I suddenly felt electricity surge inside my body. After one last bite, as I reached stage 4, black lightning erupted within me. At the same time, I was shocked to find out there was a mysterious space inside my forehead. A strange space opened up just by itself, cloudy and gray inside. At the center of that lightning ocean, a black thunder dragon sword was forming plain as day. My eyes flashed with surprise. When the thunder dragon sword took shape, I moved my mind, and the sword, crackling with electricity, appeared, floating right in front of me. This black dragon thunder sword radiated a destructive aura. It was born to destroy, and under its presence, my Asura sword instantly lost its luster. Now I finally have my own true weapon. I went back to normal mode, put away the thunder dragon sword, and vanished in a few flashes. By now the sun was already up. The ritual tree had shot up from the ground. I stood with the team, watching from a distance. Long Aoshan was amazed. That tree's huge. Its branches cover at least a mile. Tong Lian stared at the thousands of fruits, wishing to have them all to herself. There are so many mutant beasts, like a sea. How are we supposed to pick the fruits? Even with a big sack, we couldn't grab much. I said calmly, just pick as many as you can. The lure of the mutant fruit is too strong. Even someone as strong as me, these mutant beasts won't just back off. I've never wanted to take this whole tree for myself, with this many mutant beasts. Even if I killed them one by one, I'd never finish. Just as I finished my sentence, several shadows leapt across the rooftops, passing over all the warped creatures, and landed right under that twisted tree. A wave of mutated beasts all started roaring at those 4 figures, but none dared to rush forward. It just took a single look from those shadows, and the creatures waned and backed off. They were the monsters we ran into before. There were actually 4 of them this time. White Fox saw this and took a sharp breath. Right under the twisted tree, 4 figures appeared, and they were all mutated monsters. These 4 monsters gave off a creepy evil vibe. Back when humans first fought these mutants, even the elite warriors could only get slaughtered. Running into them meant certain death. You just couldn't mess with them. But I wasn't scared. Honestly, I even felt a little excited. You all stay here. White Fox, come with me. Eating ghost mutants is way better than eating disaster beasts. I led White Fox, jumping between rooftops. Right then, caught the chilling attention of all 4 mutants. They looked over, ready to attack, eyes full of bloodlust. Suddenly, a black mutant couldn't hold back and screeched, then lunged straight at me. I gave a cold sneer, thunder dragon sword in hand. The moment it appeared, my whole body surged with power. Black lightning crackled with a destructive force. As I swung the dragon sword hard, a blade of lightning stretched several meters long and slashed through the air like a storm. The black mutant beast felt a deadly threat and tried to roar, black smoke pouring from its body, crossed its claws to block the strike. But the lightning blade cut right through it, and the second it touched the monster, it shocked it inside and out, then slashed clean through its body, cutting it in half in an instant. The other 3 ghost mutants looked at me warily, their eyes full of caution. They subconsciously backed up a few steps, but I ignored them for now. I controlled the twin dragons at my back, sent them to devour it bite by bite, tearing into the black mutant I just killed. When they'd eaten about a third, I glanced at White Tiger, full of admiration for me. You can have the rest. Thanks, Black Dragon. White Tiger was stunned for a moment, then suddenly overjoyed, turned into his true form, and went to finish off the leftover black mutant, devouring the remaining flesh. Meat. The mutated beasts gathering from all directions were looking at me with fear and awe, but none actually retreated. Once the fruit ripens, they won't care who you are. Doesn't matter if you have special bloodlines. The lure of the fruit was stronger than their reason now. Yuncheng Shelter Central Conference Hall. Commander Lin Zhanshan stared at the projection screen, watching me, with murderous intent in his eyes. Contact bombing unit Chief Li Shan right now. Fire 30,000 rockets for me. Just carpet bomb the city center. Blow up that mutant fruit tree too. I want that beast dead. About 5 or 6 kilometers from downtown. On a high-rise rooftop, over 100 elite fighters had gathered here, led by Muliuli. CE Chu Bayuan kept his eyes on his daughter. He was suspicious she was actually an undercover sent by that dragon demon, so he kept watching to see if she'd take out her phone to warn the military about the strike on downtown. She noticed her father eyeing her the whole time and gave a bitter smile inside. She wanted to send a warning, but she just didn't have a chance. Just then, Mu Liuli's phone rang with a call from Lin Jianjiang. Lin Jianjiang, how did it go? In 3 minutes, the rockets will hit their target. That dragon monster is by the mutant tree right now. We're bombing the tree too. What? Mu Liuli sounded annoyed. This is the closest mutant tree to us. It's the only one we can get to in time. But you just want to bomb it. As soon as he said that, a rumble came from the sky. Wave after wave of rockets covered the sky, sweeping right over their heads. Commander Lin's deep voice came through. Boss Mu, today's mutant fruit is gone. But there'll be more tomorrow and later. That demon dragon isn't someone you can kill anytime. You're right about that too. Mu Liuli shook his head, a bit disappointed. But at least, the warriors can keep absorbing sunlight and cultivate, like the demon dragon. You want to kill Black Dragon? Meng Bao, listening to their talk, frowned and spoke up.
Chu Bayuan looked at Mamba. What is it?
Meng Bao said bluntly, I'm not going against him. If you want to kill him, leave me out of it. As I stood under the mutant tree, I suddenly heard thunder in the distance. I looked up, and my eyes narrowed. I saw waves of terrifying rockets, raining down from the sky. What are those? White Tiger, clueless about human tech, just stared at the things in the sky, looking hesitant. Damn, the Imperial Army's bombing here. 2 kilometers away, Xiaolong and GBO Shang freaked out when they saw this, and bolted immediately. All the mutant beasts on site heard the noise, looked up in confusion. No clue what those things were, just stared, full of curiosity.
Black Dragon.
Those flying things look super dangerous to me. As a top-class mutant, White Tiger was suddenly gripped by fear. When leaving, when the rockets got within 3 kilometers of the base, something shocking happened. Any rocket that got close to 3 kilometers suddenly shut off at that moment and fell from the sky. No explosions, not even sparks. What happened? Lin Jianshan stared at all the falling rockets. He was stunned. After a moment, the military minister guessed. It might be that base's magnetic field that caused the rockets to malfunction. Everyone nodded in agreement. That's the only explanation. What do we do now? All the officers looked at Lin Jianshan. That beast really got lucky. Lin Jianshan looked grim. Looks like we'll need super warriors to kill him. Right at that moment, a thunderous roar broke out. Thousands of gene-altered fruits on the tree ripened all at once, giving off a creepy aroma, with that scent spreading. All the mutant beasts around went crazy. They surged toward the tree like a flood. The 3 strange mutants on site looked excited and quickly climbed the tree. Even all the flying mutants above rushed in as well. It was total chaos here. Roars shook the entire area. The white fox revealed its true form and hurried to climb the gene fruit tree. I went full dragon mode too, and shot up as a streak of black lightning, going up ahead of the 3 other mutants. Within a few breaths, the giant fruit tree was crawling with all sorts of mutant creatures. During that time, they also fought each other. The flying beasts had the advantage. Some grabbed 2 or 3 fruits and flew off. Some got greedy and swallowed fruit after fruit, then exploded and died. I focused my forehead. Space in my mind's sea expanded, and I snatched over a dozen gene-altered fruits, making them all vanish into my brow. At the same time, my twin dragons behind me each swallowed one. In just seconds, 1/3 of the thousands of fruits were gone. Dragon power surged around me. Thunder stars shot out black lightning bolts, crackling through nearby mutants. I reached over a dozen more fruits. and willed them into my brow space. Oh my god. Jia Long and the others watching from afar stared at the giant tree packed with mutants and felt chills down their spines. Scenes like this, if they jumped in, they wouldn't last a second. They'd be torn to pieces in no time. Menbo showed up, ate 2 fruits on the tree, picked 2 more and left. Not greedy at all, because he felt a golden mutant had its eyes on him. This is terrifying. There's no way we could grab fruit here. Where Muliuli is, they got within a mile or so too. Zhuge Ling was creeped out. Her scalp tingled watching, especially seeing how strong I was. No wonder Meng Bao didn't dare fight him. Turns out he's crazy strong. Chu Bayuan watched in shock, looking deep at her daughter. Chu Mingyao kept quiet. She was also stunned by my strength. She was so glad she made that choice then. Or their family would have been wiped out. On a huge mutant tree, I roared out and scared off a golden mutant. Grabbed 7 more mutant fruits here. Looking to die. The golden mutant went nuts and let out a piercing roar. Its body shimmered with eerie gold light. Swinging its blades and claws wildly, it charged at me. I shot a cold glare. 2 thunder stars turned into thunder spears and stabbed at it. Thunder power exploded. The golden mutant was electrocuted and shook all over. Its shoulders were pierced through. It looked terrified and ran off in fear. I didn't chase it because the fruits matter more than killing. It kept moving through the branches. Now all the gene-altered fruits were basically gone. After I grabbed 5 more, in less than 2 minutes, thousands of gene fruits got wiped out. With all the fruits taken, the whole giant gene tree started shrinking quickly into the ground. Strong tremors shook lots of mutants off the tree. White Fox, let's move. I called White Fox to hurry down, with my fierce aura scaring everything. No mutant dared stop him. White Fox quickly followed. He swallowed 3 mutant fruits in total. All that power was being suppressed inside him. He needed a safe place to digest it. Is he really human or that black dragon? Muliuli watched us leave, looking hesitant, then looked at Chu Mengyao and said, Mengyao, I heard you talk to him. Do you know who he is? Chu Mengyao thought a bit. He said he's human, and he was interested in your shelter, Aunt Mu. If you offer it, you won't have to be his enemy.
Hearing this,
Muliuli fell silent. Zhuge Ling suddenly said, Mengyao sis, do you know? Last night he killed a lot of our super warriors. Those super warriors treated him as a monster. So they struck first, Chu Mengyao said calmly. They acted and he struck back. What's the big deal about that? That's true. Zhuge Ling had nothing to say. I'll protect humans, but I won't be enemies with Black Dragon Bro. Meng Bao stated his position. He was munching on a gene fruit. Everyone else looked jealous. Muliuli looked at Meng Bao. If he's an enemy to humans, he is human too.
how could he?
Be an enemy to humans. Meng Bao gave a cold smile. I'll protect humans, but I'll never become a puppet to those in power among them. He was blunt and added, if Black Dragon Bro starts killing normal people, even if I can't stop him, I'd still try. That's the right attitude. Muliuli opened her mouth, but didn't know what to say. Zhuge Ling said he killed Lin Zhanshuai's grandson. There's no way Lin will let that go. That's his problem. What does that do with you? I'm not getting involved in your human scheming. If your kind lets me down, I'll go to Black Dragon Bro without hesitation. Muliuli was silent a moment. Seems I need to talk to him. She looked at Chu Mengyao. You have his contact info, right? After we returned to the underground boxing ring, we sorted out all our supplies. Then we headed for Qingyun High School together. The air here is filthy. It's not suitable for long-term stay. I plan to use Qingyun High as a temporary base. Why temporary? Because my ultimate goal is Muliuli's shelter. The convoy arrived at Qingyun High. I moved into the principal's small cottage on the 3rd floor. The school has its own well, so there's still water. The first thing I did here was take a nice bath. Now I'm lying in the bathtub, eyes closed, counting the Gibeon fruits we got. Total, 139 picked. They're all floating in my mind space. Honestly, I didn't expect my mind space could actually store stuff. I just gave it a try at the time. Turns out it really worked. After soaking in cold water, I switched to a black casual outfit. Zhao Long and the others found it in a mall. I glanced at my phone. The time was 45. CEO Meng Yao sent me a few texts. Also a friend request. I took a look, accepted Mulili's request, but didn't chat with her. I pushed open the door and went to the second floor meeting room. People present Zhao Long, Ji Bosheng, Wu Zhaolong, Aoshen, Tong Liang, Lisi, Wu Hai. Lu Hao 8 in total. Wu Hai and Lu Hao are Ji Bosheng's good buddies. Yellow tier super warriors. When everyone saw me, they all stood up and called out. That's how I told them to address me. White Fox is off digesting 3 Gibeon fruits. The energy in them is huge. Super warriors absorb it directly, no digestion needed. But Gibeon creatures can't. I swallowed 6 or 7 myself at the time. As for why I don't need time to digest, I can just absorb it. Still not sure why. After swallowing 6 or 7 Gibeon fruits, I'm currently mid-stage of tier 4. Feels like I need another dozen or so to hit late stage. I took the main seat. Sit down, everyone. Are the numbers on supplies and survivors ready? All counted. Wu Zhao grabbed a notebook from the table and reported everything, then put the notebook in front of me. I glanced at it on the table, pulled out a cigarette and lit it. You guys are all loyal to me, right? No doubts? Everyone nodded firmly. They might have been doubtful before, but after seeing my strength this morning, they really submitted. I nodded slightly. Since that's so, I can let you take these fruits. With a thought, 31 Gibeon fruits floated out from my brow and landed on the meeting table. As I saw everyone eyeing them eagerly, I said calmly, you 8 each get 2. The other 15 super warriors each get 1. You can eat the Gibeon fruits, level up, and also absorb sunlight. Spend all day training. Everyone was thrilled to get 2 each. They stood up overjoyed. They took turns bowing and thanking me, then arranged patrols for some super warriors. Don't let any mutated creatures sneak in. After working all night, I'm a bit tired. I'll go get some sleep first. Zhao Long nodded earnestly. Don't worry, boss. We won't let a single Gibeon creature in. Everyone felt lucky to have such a strong boss. Otherwise, these fruits would mean nothing to them. I'm lying on the principal's bed now, with a faint scent of women. Unlocked my phone. Saw 3 messages from Muliuli. All just greetings, asking if I'm around. I typed back, "You're Muliuli." Right after I sent it, she replied instantly. Yes, what should I call you? Ming Yao said you're human too. Just call me Black Dragon. I'm interested in your shelter. I'll take it soon. So be ready. Mr. Black Dragon, since we're both human, you're welcome to move in. I smirked. If I move in, who's in charge? Obviously me. Muliuli stated confidently. I gave a cold laugh. Then there's nothing to talk about. You guys aren't strong enough to hold that shelter. Muliuli spoke bluntly. I know it's hard to defend, because there are 2 really dangerous disaster-class creatures in Yunjiang. So I wanted to team up with you. You think you can boss me around? That's ridiculous. In this apocalypse, some people really think they're important. I was pretty blunt. Mr. Black Dragon is very confident. Looks like we can't reach an agreement. But do you know, there are inspirers among humans? You killed Lin Zhanjiang's grandson. He won't let you off. Honestly, Muliuli contacted me, just to test me. Even if I agreed to join, Muliuli would keep thinking it over, because I'm way too strong. If I'm let in, no one could stop me. I have no intention of fighting humans. But if they come after me, I'll kill every higher-up in Yunzheng's shelter. My words were filled with anger. If that's how it is, Mr. Black Dragon, take care. I'll wait for you to attack. He was hoping to locate me, but realized I'd already deleted him. Xiaoling, go call Chu Meng Yao. The woman at the gate hurried away when told. She quickly left. Muliuli showed a cold smile. Black Dragon, huh? Don't let me find your location. Or when Lin Jiangshen finds out, you're in trouble. A few minutes later, Xiaolin came back alone. Not good, he ran. He really is loyal to that guy. Even left his parents and sister behind. Muliuli looked grim, stood up and left. To find Mamba. He wants to recruit the rest of Yunsheng. including the iron-backed gorilla, one of the top disaster-class beasts. Last time, that gorilla actually worked with humans. Dusk, 7:30 p.m. The sun's rays faded away. Night slowly spread over the land. Right outside King Yunhai's main gate, a creature covered in black lightning appeared. A golden mutant, barely hanging on. Lord Black Dragon, I've come to join you. Please turn off your lightning. The golden mutant kneeled on the ground. The sharp, raspy voice echoed through the school. Ever since I injured him this morning, his wound wouldn't heal. And the raging lightning in his body just wouldn't dissipate. It keeps destroying his life force. No matter how many souls he devours, it doesn't help. Afraid to die, he came here, hoping that man could save him. Zhao Longji struck fiercely. The white fox came after hearing the noise. When they saw it was a mutated creature, all three were shocked. They saw he was seriously wounded, barely holding on. The one in the back sighed in relief. You're here for our leader. Now, the white fox is at the peak of Tier 3. With 2 or 3 more fruits, they could easily reach Tier 4. Zhao Longji injured too, and after taking 2 base fruits, plus a whole day absorbing sunlight, Zhao Long, a yellow-grade super warrior, is early Tier 3. Ji Basheng, a saint-grade super warrior, is late Tier 3. Yes, I'm Ghost Lei. I'm willing to serve Lord Black Dragon. Just asking him to remove the lightning inside me. I'll die if this keeps up. His voice was hoarse and sharp, full of evil. Come in and wait. The boss is still sleeping. White Fox was delighted inside. If they could get a mutated creature, it'd be another big boost for them. Right then, 2 super warriors rushed over from afar. The one in front wore Yuksha armor. The one behind wore White Fox armor. Judging by their shape, they were both women. Who are you guys? They stopped outside the school gate. First, they glanced at the kneeling Ghost Lei, then looked warily at the white tiger and the others. Ji Basheng instantly felt annoyed. Who are you then? Who am I? Yuksha armor. The women took off the helmet from their armor. I'm the principal here. So, you're the principal. Ji Basheng, a student here, immediately recognized her. Bai Qincheng looked over and asked, what happened to Ji Basheng? Are there any survivors left in the school? I'm here to take them to the Imperial Military Shelter. Ji Basheng replied. Let's go inside and talk. Bai Qincheng led her daughter into the school. Ghost Lei followed. He really wanted to devour these humans. It was pure instinct. Second floor, principal's office meeting room. What? Your leader is staying in my room. When Bai Qincheng heard what happened, her mature, charming face blushed a little. Damn, his stuff's right in my drawer. After learning his goal, Ji Basheng said, Principal, if the boss doesn't go to the Imperial Shelter, we won't go either. You should ask if there are any survivors willing to go with you. Bai Qincheng frowned and said, you guys are super warriors. If you don't register, you'll be seen as rebels. You've seen how strong the Empire is. Ji Basheng spoke firmly. Doesn't matter. As long as we follow the boss, Bai Qincheng said. I'd like to meet your boss. Ji Basheng nodded. Sure, but the boss isn't up yet. Let's wait a bit more. Actually, I was already awake. I still had 108 fruits. After swallowing 15, I reached late Tier 4. Swallowed 30 more, and reached the peak of Tier 4. Swallowed another 50, and got to Tier 5. There were 13 left. I didn't plan to eat any more. Even if I finished the rest, I can't get to mid-Tier 5. Too bad. The fruits just aren't enough. I shook my head, and picked up my phone to watch. I saw some news. Qianlong Empire's Si Jujuan. Grandmaster level. Impressive as expected. I wasn't shocked by the video. I knew about CHU Zhuan in my previous life. A stabilizing force among humans. But I'm not afraid. Give me some time. Devour and evolve. Surpassing them is just a matter of time. In my past life, even you, the boss, wasn't much of a match for Black Dragon. I lit a cigarette and walked out the door. Went to the second floor meeting hall. Boss, the waiting White Fox and others greeted me. Bai Qincheng and her daughter Su Qian also looked straight at me, sizing up this man. They felt threatened by death from him. The mother and daughter are both late Tier 2. Royal grade super warriors. At the Yun City Shelter. She's a leader of a super warrior squad. Most royal grade super warriors Advanced to Tier 2 after a day of absorbing sunlight. Lord Black Dragon, please save me. From now on, my life, Ghostley, belongs to you. Ghostley, barely breathing, kneeled beside me, slid forward and knelt in front of me, begged desperately, looking at Ghostley kneeling before me. I said quietly, creatures like you. It's hard to suppress the urge to devour humans. How can I trust you? Ghostley knocked his head on the floor. I'll do my best to control it. Please believe me, Lord Black Dragon. This time, I can suppress the lightning inside you. But if you can't control yourself, it'll erupt and warn you. I put a hand on Ghostley's twisted head. Lightning flickered in my palm with destroying energy. After a moment, the raging lightning in Ghostley's body formed a lightning ball in his brain. Eat these 2 fruits. They'll help you fully recover. I tossed 2 mutation fruits on the ground. Ghostley was overjoyed.